Black Blood Brothers. This is a pretty good anime. This is sort of like one that's just I sort of just watched randomly, not really much to it. I first got into it, just browsing the internet, and I saw clips like, oh, it looks interesting. And I watched the clips like, oh, this is interesting. I should watch the first episode. And I watched it in Japanese. This was before I think the anime even got licensed for dubbing. This was before I think before Funimation was really big. I think this is when they were starting to get really big after like Fruits Basket and Full Metal Alchemist and whatnot. But yeah. And then afterwards, I sort of put the series to rest, and then of course it got licensed and whatnot, and then I was like, oh, cool, I should watch this. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to watch the entire episodes in English, because I've heard about this guy, J. Michael Tatum, who looks like the angry video game nerd, except I'm assuming he's a bit bigger. He actually does look like the angry video game nerd. I'm not even kidding. I'm just thinking, did the angry video game nerd take up voice acting for anime? That's kind of funny. Sort of weird, I don't know. And I wanted to hear exactly how this guy sounded. And he sounds pretty good, so I decided to watch it, in English. And I downloaded the first, I think, 2 or 3 episodes off on my PlayStation, off the PlayStation Store. And I kind of left them alone. I was trying to pick it up, but then Transangel and I were hanging out one day, and we were, talking about voices, and I was like, oh, this J. Michael Tatum guy's pretty good. And he's like, oh, really? Can I hear him? He's like, yeah. And so I played him one of the, a couple of the episodes, I was like, Then we decided to watch the entire series, and we downloaded all the episodes onto my PlayStation. Of course, I deleted a bunch of them to make space, and I was planning on keeping the first episode on there so I could remember, but then I ended up deleting them because, of course, now I have, the DVD set. Anywho, so we watched it, and it was pretty good. I'd have to say my favorite character is probably Jiro, the guy in the picture. He's pretty cool. He's covered in red, and I don't know, he's pretty cool. I don't really have any other reason besides he's voiced by Takahiro Sakurai in the Japanese version. And at the time when I first watched the anime in Japanese, I wasn't really as much of a Takahiro Sakurai fanatic as I am now, so I didn't really take notice to it. I actually knew him as the Mega Man voice actor, so I'm thinking, well, that's cool, I'm watching Mega Man in a way. Or I'm watching Mega Man voice act. Mega Man X, to be specific. This is one of those vampire animes. This one takes, the whole bloodline things, like, oh, we're a certain kind of bloodline, and certain kind of bloodlines, taking over the world, but there's this secret bloodline, which the main characters happen to be, Jiro and Kotaro. The siblings. And, that's basically the main of it. I don't really remember too much of it. It's been a while. It was a nice little story, though. I remember, a few recognizable Funimation voice actors. I think Chuck Huber was a character. I know Chris Sabat was a character. He was the wolf guy, which I found kind of funny. He was the only wolf character in the entire series. You kind of can't have vampires without werewolves. It's sort of like the whole pirates and ninjas thing. For fans of that kind of genre, we've got vampires and werewolves. I'm not really a fan. I don't really take either sides, but anyway. But it was pretty good. The opening theme song's pretty good, and you guys probably saw that because I uploaded the first of my top 10 anime openings, which that one happened to be number 10, Ashita no Kyoku, I think it's called. I don't remember who did the song. It's like Naozumi Takahashi or something. It's a pretty good song, though. I don't know if you guys were able to see it, but, it's not that bad. Anyway, the show's filled with some good action. One thing that sort of stood out to me, which I noticed after trying to watch the DVD set in Japanese, was that the first line of dialogue is in English, and this isn't English or anything like that. This is spoken newscaster, might I add, English. Of course, if you study a little bit about what goes on Japanese television, then you'll know that for the news stuff, while the anchors who give the news and tell the weather, they're Japanese and they speak in Japanese. But they have little narrators who speak in perfect English, but they say things like, for I guess literally, I saw this one commercial with Gakten, and the woman said Gakto instead of Gak, because the Japanese way to say Gak would be Gakuto or Gakuto, but she said Gakto. I don't really. She might have been saying Gakuto just really quickly. I don't know. The whole U thing's sort of weird. Anyway, Another thing that I liked about this anime was, the main girl, Mimiko. I liked her suit. She's a schoolgirl kind of character. At first, I just thought she was just wearing that. That was just like her regular clothes. But then I saw another character, a pink-haired girl, who was a little more attractive, and she was wearing the same suit. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, I see. It's a uniform. That kind of is like, I didn't really like that in my opinion. Cause I'm like, I mean, now her outfit isn't that original. Because I mean, we see that it's a uniform, so. I just me being nitpicky, but I was thinking, oh, that's interesting. She's the kind of person who likes to wear a suit every day. There are people out there who actually wear a suit, for like regular occasions. I find that weird, but I mean, to each their own. Regardless, she was pretty attractive, and so was the pink-haired girl. You guys know me. Part of what I look at in favorite girls is their attractiveness. I can't really say that Mimiko's a favorite, but she's not that bad for an anime character. Overall, this anime wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it. There was a slight lesbian part in the beginning where like it was almost like one character was trying to seduce another. It was one of those things where like, okay, she's a vampire, so I'm gonna bite my lip and kiss you to make you into a vampire. As opposed to biting your neck like most vampires do. I don't know. But it wasn't that bad of an anime. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's available subtitled on Funimation's YouTube channel if you want to watch it there. It has ads. If you want to buy the DVD, you can do that. And of course, it's on the PlayStation Network, and I'm assuming Xbox Live. I'd recommend it if you want something to pass your time. It's not that long. It's only 12 episodes. And as far as English or Japanese, I'm going to say Japanese on this one. Not that I don't have anything against the English one, but like for some reason, I can't even watch, English dubs anymore on DVD. I almost prefer to watch stuff in Japanese. It really depends on the anime, but I started watching Black Blood Brothers in Japanese because for some reason I gravitated towards that. Like I said, I don't have anything against the English dub. I think it just feels a little weird to watch English dubs now for me. Like, for example, I have the entire Dragon Ball GT set, but I don't even watch that in English. I watch it in Japanese, and if I ever watch that with my friends, we're going to watch it in Japanese. Mainly because I just want to hear Field of View and Dean, but that's beside the point. Truthfully, I'd recommend either the English or the Japanese, but what I prefer is the Japanese, just because, Takahiro Sakurai's in it. And with Japanese voice acting, it's going to be good. With English voice acting, I feel like people sort of try to focus a little more on the voices and critique them. They're not that bad. They're actually pretty good. But if you just want to enjoy the show, I'd recommend the Japanese, because there are people out there who probably don't even like Funimation, or I don't know. You know what? I recommend both, English, Japanese. Takahiro Sakurai, J. Michael Tatum, whoever you want to hear. I think Colleen Klinkenbeard does Mimiko, and she does Gohan now, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's really all I have to say about the anime, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.